Hello class, this is a video tutorial continuing on the concepts of displacement, velocity, and acceleration. In this video, we're continuing the same function as before, but now we're going to be learning about velocity and speed against average velocity and average speed. So let's get to it. So similar to displacement and distance, velocity and speed is a matter of perspective. Velocity factors direction and can be positive or negative. It can be calculated simply using the derivative of displacement. Speed doesn't factor direction and is the absolute value velocity at any given time. When calculating velocity or speed, we find the instantaneous rates of change at an exact point in time. Thus, only one point is needed. So let's get to an example and I'll talk you through the idea of perspective of velocity and speed. So since we need velocity, well, we need the velocity function once again. So for this one, the velocity is equal to the derivative of this function. So 4 minus 2t. Now that we have that, to find the velocity at these given points, well, we know to just simply substitute t equals whatever these numbers are to our velocity function. So v of 1 is 4 minus 2 times 1. That's just 2. For the remainder of these, I'm just going to calculate them straight away. So 4 minus 4 is 0. V of 4 gives me 4 minus 8 is negative 4. And V of 6 is equal to 4 minus 12 is negative 8. And these are all in meters per second. Okay, so before we continue, I'm going to quickly describe this idea of velocity being a third person perspective of describing what's happening. So when we say the velocity at 1 second is 2 meters, what we are saying at that point in time here is we can see as a third person perspective that the velocity is 2 meters perspective and they are moving away from the origin because it is a positive tangent or positive gradient at this point. Whereas at t equals 4, so 4 would be here, we can see that the gradient is negative. And so we, as a third person perspective, are seeing that the particle is moving at 4 meters per second negative, meaning back towards the starting point or the origin. But now, to calculate speed at 1 second, so s of 1, we simply take the absolute value of v of 1. So the absolute value of 2 meters per second is still 2 meters per second. Likewise for this one, the speed at t equals 2, well, that's just going to be equal to, well, the absolute value of this is still going to be 0. And you can see that it has no effect on positive or 0 velocities. Whereas with these negatives, they will become positives. So the speed at this point is going to be the absolute value of negative 4. Gives us 4 meters per second. And likewise for this last one, we can just say the speed is equal to the absolute value of negative 8. That's 8 meters per second. And again, here we go with the idea of the perspective. So velocity, we are describing what's happening to the particle as a third person perspective. But with speed, like distance, we need to as best we can, imagine we're sitting in the particle, or we are the particle at 1 second. So if we're sitting in this particle, we can sense or see in the car, so to speak, that we are moving 2 meters per second. Do we know whether we're moving towards or closer to the origin? So this gives no indication whatsoever if it's a speed. Likewise, with speed of 0, the driver or the particle knows that it is stationary, but it doesn't know which direction it is facing. Now, the difference in velocity and speed can be seen most when it changes in the sign from negative to positive. So for velocity at 4 seconds, we know it's moving towards the origin, 4 meters per second. But for the speed, if we're sitting here, we're still traveling 4 meters per second, but there is no concept of the reference of whether we're going towards or away from the origin. Now, with this, now that we're getting our minds around velocity and speed, let's further expand this with the idea of average velocity and average speed. So average velocity is the change in displacement over the change in time. So tying this into the fundamental calculus concepts, average velocity is simply the gradient of a secant between 2 points on the displacement graph. Whereas average speed is the total distance traveled between 2 points over the change in time. Now, as you can see, it's referencing the change in time. So when we do average velocity or average speed, we are actually finding the average rate between 2 points. And so obviously 2 points are needed. So let's take a look at how we will tackle this to get our heads around what's going on here. Let's grab our graph, and here we go. So to find the average velocity in the first second, what we are essentially doing is finding the gradient from 0 to 1, and we're trying to find the gradient between those 2 points. Well, to do that, we're simply doing the gradient between those 2 points. So that's going to be average velocity. I guess we can call that average velocity is equal to, well, at t equals 1, it's 15. That's going to be 15 minus. At t equals 0, that's 12, over 1 minus 0. And I hope you can see that this is actually just the gradient formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And this one's going to be 15 take away 12 is over 1 is 3 meters per second. Okay, let's keep going. In the first 2 seconds, we are finding the gradient between these 2 points. As you can see, that's going to be just simply the average velocity. Again, just using the gradient formula, that'll be 16 take away 12 over 2 minus 0. That's 4 over 2. That gives me 2 meters per second. Okay. Now let's take a look for the last one. In the first 4 seconds, it's going to go from 0 to 0. Well, I hope you can see, because we're getting the secant between these 2 points, the average velocity from here, that's going to be 12 take away 12 over 4 minus 0. Well, that's just going to be 0 meters per second. Okay, so let's keep going here. And now I'm still just doing the average velocity for all of these. So let's keep going for this one. Between the times 1 and 4, well, that's going to be from 1 and 4. So we went from t equals 1 down to 4. We can keep going here. The average velocity is going to be, well, we're ending at 12, and we were starting at 15 over 4 minus 1. 12 take away 15 is negative 3 over 3, negative 1 meter per second. Keep going with this one. From 0 to 3. Oh, that's actually the first 2 seconds. 0 to 3, sorry. From 0 to 3 is this one here. Okay, so that's going to be the average velocity is equal to, went to 15 from 12 divided by 3 seconds, so 3 minus 0. It's going to be 3 on 3, which is 1 meter per second. The last one here for the average velocity is going to be from 3 till 6. It's going all the way down like this. So it went from, 0 from 15 in 6 seconds. That's 15 on 6. Both of these are divisible by 3, so 5 on 2, 2.5 meters per second. So I hope you can see with this one, these are just the average, well, the gradients between two different points. Now let's take a look at the difference between that and the average speed. So now the average speed, go back up here, it says we need the total distance traveled between those 2 points in time. Now remember, when it comes to distance, we have to factor in the turning point. So because of that, in the first second, let's go back here with our graph. In the first second now, let's do this in black. The speed here, the total distance that we've covered is actually, we went from 12 to 15, that's 3 meters in distance, over 1 second, that is still 3 meters per second. Likewise, in the first 2 seconds, well, the speed at this point, we went from 12 to 16, that's, 2 seconds. From 12 to 16, it's going to be 4 on 2, that's still 2 meters per second. And I take a close look at the difference in the first 4 seconds. Now for the speed, remember, it is the total distance covered in the time. So in the first 4 seconds, it went from 12 to 12, but that's displacement. Take a close look. It went from 12 up to 16. That's going to be 4 plus, and it went from 4 down to 12 again. That's another 4 meters in 4 seconds. 8 over 4 gives us 2 meters per second. Take a close look. There's a drastic difference between these two examples. Okay, so let's now keep going with the average. And that's, now that you've seen the comparison of these to the first 4 seconds, I hope you can see the concept of speed is the total distance over the same amount of time. Okay, so let's keep going with our examples here. For the speed of these, between 1 and 4 seconds, for the speed of this, from 1 till 4, you can see the average velocity it's a negative, but because it's distance traveled, we need to go from, it went from 15 up to 16, so that's 1 meter, plus, and then from 16 down to 12, so it's another 4 meters. And the amount of time there, it went from 1 to 4, that is 3 seconds. So 1 plus 4 is 5 on 3 meters per second. So I hope you're really seeing this concept of speed going up to a turning point and then back down to whatever point that we're looking for. Again, let's finalize these. The speed from 0 till 3. Well, that one's actually, again, we're going from 12 to 16. 12 to 16 is 4 meters, plus from 16 down to 15 is another meter over 3 seconds. And again, that one's giving us 5 over 3 meters per second once again. For our final example here, from 3 till 6, from 3 till 6, our speed, this one, it went from 15 down to 0. But remember, distance is always just positive. That's going to be 15 meters in 3 seconds. That gives us 5 meters per second. Okay. Oh, I just realized I made a mistake here. 6 seconds, that should have been 3. Let's change that one. 3, but it's going to be negative 15, so it's going to be negative 5 meters per second. Oop, I'm glad I caught that even at the very end. In any case, I hope that's giving you an insight into comparing velocity, instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed versus average velocity and average speed. So I hope to see you in the next video, and best of luck.